Welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and this is Wine Library TV, aka The Thunder Show, the internet's 13th most popular wine television programming. And while the writer's on strike, it doesn't matter to me because I do it straight from the hip, Eric. No writers needed for WLTV. And today we're going to be pimping, and Mott, link this up, the WineSpies.com. Don't go to WineSpies.com like I just did and get like a landing Cedo page. People that do that are into those domaining, Eric. I am not down with those people. The WineSpies do a very interesting woot, rad crew, free.winelibrary.com type thing, but I give them a big shout out. It's a big shout out to all of our competitors, Costco and now the WineSpies. They do some cool stuff. I mean, they send you the nice little, this thing is rad. Wow. An awesome little corkscrew. They send you a bottle of wine. I'm down with their sheet. They're really pushing it. I think they do some really cool guys, some young guys behind this. I think doing some really good work. I'm sorry, I got a little Cookie Monster on it, but you put in the scores, you get in there, you get spy points, the whole vibe is cool. They're cooler than I am, so, it's definitely something worth seeking out. And they send a nice bottle of wine over here from one of their recent Wine Spies, and I think it's an interesting wine, I think. Let's see. I'm going to taste it. It's a one-product wine show today. Very easy Wednesday here on the Thunder Show, midweek. All right. Anyway, the wine that we have, and I'm sorry I don't have the price point on this. Maybe I can look it up. Actually, I should look it up, huh? I'll look it up while I put this in front of you. The Sueno Vineyards Iridessi 2005 Albarino. I know how to look it up, Bear. Are you going to look it up?
No, I was going to hold it while you look it up.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you sit in here and tell a story? Come on, tell a story to the Vaniacs. They're going to be happy. They like you.
I don't think they like me all that much. Actually, they get annoyed when I get on the air.
They're going to like you this time.
Are they? What story should I tell? I'll tell a really interesting story. Okay. So, Gary got a brand new computer. He got a black MacBook.
No!
I actually told him to get the MacBook Pro because it has the slot where you can do extra things.
He's right about it.
Anyway, so we set up the whole computer because Gary he likes, things to be done. So we get the whole computer set up. He's at home. He uses the computer in the bathroom. I don't know if he wants people knowing that, but that's where he spends a lot of his computer time.
How do you think they get so many emails back?
So he gets up to wash his hands and puts his brand new laptop on the corner of the sink, which he and I have done a million times. He's washing his hands, and the computer just slides slowly into the water, covering his brand new computer in lots of water. And the computer didn't like it at all. He tried to shut it down, and things just weren't good.
Let's not tell him how we fixed it. Let's move on. Get out of here. No!
No!
It's a wild week here at WLTV. Eric, good job, man. Seriously.
Thanks.
I know I can trust you on the hot seat, on the Thunder saddle, as I like to call it. $22 US on this Viognier, and I respect that. I mean, that's a good, solid price point for an Albarino. And so, I'm a fan of Albarinos, as you know. It's a wine that I think has enormous potential to become America's passion, become America's next serious white wine grape. I love what's going on at WineSpies and Spain, and we did the Black Pig. That was a huge hit for us. I mean, these wines bring serious thunder, and they tend to be very good wines. I think they're very food-friendly wines, the Albarinos. They're wines that I find go very well and extremely flexible and bring a lot of dimensions to charred fish, which is something I love. I mean, grilled fish, you can go really, really well. Black bass is something I'm hot on right now, and Albarino has been one of my best friends in pairing up with that. $22 is pushing the price point. It's the winery's price point, so probably on the retail level, a lot of people roll in at $17, $16, $19. I'm not sure how much WineSpies offered it for. I think they offer pretty good prices, so I think it was probably good. But they're definitely wines that I think are very serious and very up and coming. Albarino today reminds me of what New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc was like 5 or 6 years ago, and it was just obvious to me that this was the next grape that would catch people's attention. Obviously, these wines roll in at between $15 and $25. Hopefully, the U.S. dollar will correct itself over time, and it can even come down a little bit. But it's definitely a grape that brings a lot to the table, to the point where I had to even bring out the big-ass glass. So, big-ass glass is in the house. I'm going to get murdered for wasting this wine. Really nice color, light. Let's see what's going on here. Let's give it a little bit of a sniffy sniff. Pretty. I like Albarino. I just really like it. This has a lychee component, a little bit of cigarette smoke coming through, which I hate, but it's there. I almost feel like somebody put a bunch of apples and pears on the barbecue pit. Like, that's what this really, really smells like. Like, you know, I'll have a hot dog. Yeah, put cheese on my burger. Tommy, is that apples and pears on the grill? That's what's going on with this wine. There's that smokiness that is undeniable and profound. Little bits of honey. You know, I'm not a big honey fan, but there's this one Argentinian honey that we carry in the gourmet department downstairs that is rocking. I'm getting a little bit of that action. So the pears, the apples, the barbecue, the little bit of cigarette smoke, ashtray. It's there, but it's super subtle. It is not dominant. And the honey all make up this very intriguing bouquet. Let's give it a whirl. It's got the really interesting lemon lime peel component coming through. It's got some weight to it. It's got a little bit of a honey taste to it. Pears are really dominating apples on the flavor more so than on the nose where the apples had the advantage. Apples and pears, I'm telling you, that stuff is like Crips and Bloods. It's crazy. Anyway, but this is a wine that lacks a little bit of the weight that I prefer in Albarino. What I love about Albarino is the viscous aspect, the creaminess that goes in your mouth. This is a little bit thinner than I prefer, almost calling this Albarino Blanc. It's like Albarino Met Sauvignon Blanc, a little bit too much for me. It's lacking the depth and the explosion that I prefer and expect from Albarino. Still a solid drink, very crisp and clean. Again, I don't think it's $22 because that's the winery price, probably a $16, $17, $15 wine. Pushing it. To me, this is an 86-point wine, 87 points on a good day, but very drinkable, and definitely an effort. I mean, it's well made. I just think what it comes down to is that the Albarino grapes that were used in this wine from Lodi just weren't good enough. That's really what I feel is going on here, because I feel like that's a good expression of the fruit, and I feel like it's well made. It's just, I can tell that the fruit is just not good enough. I mean, it's just, you can just feel it. It's just not there. It doesn't have the it factor. It's a good, solid B student, and you never remembered his name after you taught him that year. It's that kind of wine, so I'm down on it from that standpoint. I'm high on it because it's Albarino, and that's better than a lot of things. I'm high on the WineSpies for their cool concept. You should definitely check them out, but not too much. And all in all, it's just interesting to see where the wine world is today. I mean, it's 2007, and I just did a video blog on an Albarino that came from an internet competitor that offers a wine a day that has a cool concept. I mean, the wine world is changing quickly. That made me just feel real good, that little analogy right there. 3-4 years ago, all you had was Parker, Spectator, go to a store, buy wine. The world is changing, the wine world is changing, and you guys, with a little bit of me, is and are the momentum. And I think we need to continue to preach the gospel. The big contest I'm about to announce, Eric, you're going to need to help me on this. It's really on me and Eric. That's why the big contest where you can co-host the show has not been announced. We'd love to do that on Monday of next week. I'd like to announce it, Eric. You know what that means, what you have got to do this week. Let's talk about that. But there's momentum. The world's changing. Start a wine blog. Share your feelings. Pass this show on. Pass the WineSpies side. Woot Wine, Rad Crew. There is so much exciting stuff going on in the wine world today, and I am absolutely pumped to be a part of it. And that's that. What's that, my man? Free Wine Library. We don't, I don't like to plug ourselves. They'll find us. Anyway, question of the day. What is the coolest thing you've seen on the web in the last 24 hours? I will be traveling on this Wednesday, so I'm going to have time to click, and I want to see cool internet stuff. So let's link it up, let's share, let's learn, let's love, because you, with a little bit of me, we're changing the wine world, whether they like it or not.